morning, good afternoon, good evening. Don't know when you're listening or watching or tuning in to Limestone County Sports, but we're glad that you are. Don't know if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, maybe listening on Spotify. We don't even have any idea where we're going to drop this, if it's going to be a podcast, a video, or what. We actually have no clue what we're doing. All we do know is that we love talking local sports, and in particular, local football, and that's what we're going to be doing today. My name is Greg Wise, and co-host is
Jay Vassar.
Jay Vassar is a longtime Limestone County. And where have you spent most of your life in Limestone County, Jay?
Well, Greg, when I started out as an elementary kid at East Limestone, and my parents had to move, and we moved into Clements community down at Coxie, and I wound up graduating there in 1987 and been a Colt ever since.
1987, brother, you're dating yourself. I am a 1993 graduate of the big high school on the hilltop in northern Limestone County, Elkmont High School. Went there K through 12, so have a lot of connections. My wife is employed at Ardmore High School. I got some kids playing ball up there. Had a couple sons. One son just graduated, was playing football. Got another son. He's a sophomore playing football this year as well. Daughter, she plays everything under the sun known to man. And we both have a lot of connections in Limestone County.
We do. We sure do.
That's what we want to try to do. Just talk football, man. We know we like talking local sports, local football. You do some other stuff too, tailgate talk or something?
Tailgate talk every Saturday morning from 10 to 12 on WKAC radio and the PAS Plus app.
Yep. How long have you been doing that?
Been doing that for about 6 years now.
Now, I know you like announce commentary on some basketball games and some other things.
With Tim Lambert with Play Action Sports, I do basketball. And at the time, I can do football too, but at the time, I either helped at Ardmore or at East or at Clements do stuff. So
Gotcha. So a little bit of experience just being around Limestone County sports. And like I said, we're going to talk football today. We're going to try to run through every school in Limestone County, and that does include Athens High School as well. That'll mean that we're running through 7 high schools and Lindsay Lane Christian Academy. Also trying to start a football program. I think they're just playing JV. We'll hit on them for just a second. But we're going to jump right in so we don't get too long in the show. And we're just going to kind of start from the smallest school in the county and just move up from there. That would be the Tanner Rattlers. Tanner Rattlers are a 2A school. They'll be competing in Region 8 this year. Their Region 8 opponents include Decatur Heritage, Lexington, Red Bay, Tanner, Tharpton, and Winston County. Tanner has had a pretty stout football program for the better part of the last probably 20 years or so.
Yes, they have. One state championship, I think, in 2012, 2013?
Let's see. They had back-to-back. Well, just one note. There's a website out there, AHSFHS.org. That stands for Alabama High School Football Historical Society.org. They have a ton of information.
Yes, they do.
On all kinds of schools. If you went to school, or played football in the early 90s like I did, you can get on there, see the scores from your games, see who coaches were 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. And anyway, that's where we're getting most of our information from. They have Tanner listed as the state champions in 2012 and 2013, and I think they have 21 region champions. They were region champions straight from 2010 to 2016.
Yeah.
So a pretty stout football program down there. That's right. Now, they do have a new coach coming in this year, Matt Smith. I don't think Matt Smith has any previous head coaching football experience. I think he was a head soccer coach down there, right?
Yeah, he won a state championship in soccer for Tanner last year, I think that was.
That's right. So he's no stranger to Blue Mounts, and this will be his first go at it at Tanner High School. I think they lost a couple of dogs they had down there.
Yeah, they had 16 seniors.
Wow. On that team from last year?
Yes.
Man, that's stout.
Yeah.
For a 2A team to have 16 seniors, that's pretty stout.
Yeah.
Just being around Ardmore, I don't think Ardmore's had 16 seniors in the last 3 years or so.
I know Coach Bonds did a great job starting them up from middle school and played them as early as 8th grade on varsity, and they just all came together last year for that region championship they won.
Yep, and how far they went the first round of playoffs last year?
I think
Or
second round.
Yeah, got you. I can look that information up if we have time to do so. But we're trying to hurry, again, so we can get to all of these. Just kind of throwing some numbers out there, Jay. We're going to run through their schedule really, really quickly. The pundits has Tanner at an over and under on wins at 5. I'm going to list off their opponents, and you tell me if you think they got 5 wins or more there. They open up at Ardmore. Then they play at home versus Colbert County, Winston County, go to Lexington and Belgreen. I don't think Belgreen is even, I think they're like one of those AISA schools or something.
So.
Now, I think Tanner had some scheduling issues early, and so had some teams drop them, and so they just had to fill in some spots. So that may be one of those teams that they picked up. They also go to Clements, Clements goes to Tanner. Tharpton comes to Tanner. Decatur Heritage comes to Tanner. They got a bye week. They then go to Red Bay and close out at home with Sweetwater. Does Tanner win 5 or more
I think
games?
they're only going to win 4 games.
You got them listed at 4. What 4 do you think they're winning?
Probably Tharptown, Belgreen. Give me.
Ardmore, Colbert County, Winston County, Lexington, Belgreen, Clements, Tharpton, Decatur Heritage, Red Bay, Sweetwater.
Probably Red Bay and Winston County.
Okay, so you're going under 5 wins on Tanner. We're going to put you down for that. And hopefully if we do another show at some point in time, we'll come back and
hope Matt's not listening right
see how he did. Matt, great guy, man.
Yeah,
great guy.
They call him Braun Strowman. Look like a wrestler.
Yeah, well, just side note, of the 6 Limestone County schools, 4 of them have brand new coaches, and 3 of those is their first head coaching stop ever.
Yeah.
East, Tanner, and Brick at Clements.
Clements, yes.
Has never been a head coach. So a lot of change in Limestone County schools. That means Shelby over at West.
He's the elder.
He is the elder statesman at 7 years at year 7 at West Limestone. And then Snyder is right behind him in year 4 at Ardmore. All the rest of those are new coaches. Moving on, let's jump into, let's see where I'm at on my laptop here. Next one. Wrong tab, Jay. Wrong tab, Jay. Let's go Elkmont. I got Elkmont pulled up here. Elkmont, brand new head coach Joel Shrink. This will be his first year. Now, he has a ton of coaching experience.
Yes, he has. I think his last job was at Woodland. Then before that was at Hazel Green.
Yeah, well, he had a long run, I think, at Falkville.
Yeah, he did.
And he was there for quite a few years and went to the playoffs for a few years. So tons of experience. He has 13 years of experience. Overall record, I think, is 60 and 66, so pretty close to 500 there. Just kind of looking at some things that he's going to have to deal with. I seen they posted like their team photo a couple of weeks ago. Looked like he's got less than 30 players on the team, about maybe 28.
He told me a couple of weeks ago they're low, so he's trying to recruit in the halls. So
that's gonna affect them right off the bat, especially when they're still playing 3A football.
Yeah,
and they need some numbers to do that.
Hey, a side note: his wife is a local girl. She went to Clements as well.
Really?
Graduated in '85, I think.
What's her maiden name?
Weathers, Donna Weathers.
Did not know that. So if you're listening or watching and know her, tell her we gave her a shout out.
Yeah.
On the Limestone County Sports Talk Radio, Spotify video that we have no idea what we're doing show. Okay, Elkmont is in. They are a 3A school, Region 7. Their region opponents: Clements, Colbert County, Colbert Heights, Elkmont. Elkmont, obviously, Lauderdale County, Mars Hill, Rogers, and Sheffield. There's 8 of them. That means they've got to win at minimum about 4 games to at least get to the playoffs. I think some weird stuff can happen. They could maybe win 3 and get there, but more than likely they got to win 4 games to get to the playoffs, and that's a tough slate in that region.
Yeah, it is. And I think that's what happened to Clements last year.
Yeah. They had a pretty good football team, but just so many teams in the region.
Yeah.
Their full schedule, they open up this Friday night. which by the time y'all listen to this will be last Friday night. So we ain't even going to mention that jamboree. They open up this Friday with St. John Paul II. Then they got Lexington at Lauderdale County at Colbert Heights. Got Clements at home. Got a bye week. Then go to Sheffield, Mars Hill, Colbert County, Rogers, Ardmore. Man, that might be the toughest schedule in all of our Limestone County teams we'll be covering. I've got them tentatively from the pundits, 3 wins. Do you see them getting 3 wins on there, Jay?
I see them maybe getting 2.
Who you got as a couple wins? St. John Paul II.
Colbert Heights, maybe.
Colbert Heights.
And
Lexington, Clements.
Well, I don't know.
The silence is deafening.
Well, I don't know what Clements is going to be low, too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. All these new coaches, man, we don't know, what they lost, if they was able to keep everybody around, what kind of offenses, defenses they're running. So it's hard to kind of tell right off the jump. So you're going under on the Red Devils at 3 wins. That breaks my heart, Jay. It breaks my heart. Okay, we'll try to get over here to Clements if I can find the tab for the Clements Colts. Brand spanking new head coach Brick Pugh, son of who?
Jeff Pugh.
Who was the coach where?
At East Limestone.
For many years. Very successful coach. They went did they go to the finals or was last year or the semis?
They went to the semis, got beat by Madison County.
Was that?
That was the year they went undefeated.
Yeah, was Brick playing that year?
Yeah, that was his senior year, I think.
Yep. Anyway, Brick head coaching at Clements High School. They are 3A, again in the same region as Elkmont, so we don't have to go through those region opponents again. Let's see, but we will go through their schedule. West Limestone, Ardmore, Colbert Heights, Rogers, Elkmont, Tanner, Lauderdale County, Colbert County, Sheffield, Mars Hill. And then the last week of the season is a bye week for the Clements Colts. Pundits say 3 wins.
I
over
see
under.
That. I
you like
see
it?
3, yeah.
I mean, you got to go over or under, Jay.
Over 3. Okay, over 3.
You're going to go over?
Yeah.
On Clements.
I got to. It's my alma mater. I got to.
Yeah. Well, I'm biased. When we get to Ardmore, you're going to find out I'm real biased as well, especially if you got a kid playing on the team.
Yeah.
You're never picking against them.
That's true.
No matter if they're playing Alabama.
That's true.
So that's what it is. Anything else on Clements?
One thing about Clements, though, they're losing. They lost a guy that was all their scorer, Jaden Gilbert. He had 1,600 rushing yards last year.
That's not too shabby.
No, it's not.
And he had been doing that for quite a while.
He was their quarterback and their running back.
Yeah.
So
and their head coach is now moved
to Sheffield,
and they're still in the same region.
Yes,
and so they'll be playing each other. That'll be an entertaining game. That game will be at Clements,
yes.
So that'll be a lot of fun for both of those programs there. See if we can find West Limestone. There's the West Limestone Wildcats moving up a class. West Limestone does have the senior coach in Shelby Davis. He is in year 7 at West Limestone High School. Had some very successful teams down there. I think he's went to the playoffs one year, but had very successful teams.
Yes.
He's been above 500, I think, if not every year, 6 of, or at least all of them but one, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that up again. His overall record, 35-28 there at West Limestone, so well above 500. Let's see. They are in Region 7. Man, they got a. Hey, it's going to be tough sledding for the Wildcats as well. Brooks, Central Florence, Danville, Deschler, East Lawrence, Hatton, West Limestone, West Morgan, Wilson. Man, the top of it's heavy, but the bottom of it is light.
Yeah. And
so you get a win here or there, and they could definitely make a run at the playoffs again. Pundits, Jay, got the mighty West Limestone Wildcats at 5 wins. I'm going to read off your schedule here. Clements, East Lawrence, West Morgan, West Morgan in region. They were not in the same region last year.
Were they not?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think they were. Danville, Central, Florence, East Limestone, big county rivalry game. Hatton, Wilson, Deschler, and Brooks. So, of those 10 games, Mr. Vassar, is West Limestone going to win more than 5 or less than 5?
They'll win more than 5.
You going over?
I think they have the most seniors.
Really?
I think they do have a lot of seniors.
Good.
And tidbit, they got a kid that moved in from May Jemison.
I've heard about this kid.
He's 6'4", receiver.
Yeah. Nice. Didn't you know who the starting quarterback? I know the starting quarterback last year was a kid that moved in, I think homeschooler. Yeah. And so he had just had 1 year. And is it the dang?
Is it Randall's his first name?
Not sure. I know. Dang, I can't remember his name. It's lost me.
Because I tried to look it up on Dragonfly, and they hadn't updated their rosters yet on that. Yet, so we all love that.
Shelby needs some assistance over there to update all of the Dragonfly stuff. I heard that they're going away from Dragonfly.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
That's what I heard. Don't know if that's for sure or not, but that's just what I heard. East Limestone stepping up another class again. Again, Tanner was 2A, Elkmont and Clements 3A. West is 4A. Ardmore and East both 5A. East Limestone Region 5. 5A Region 7. And in their region, same region as Ardmore. Obviously, Ardmore, East Limestone, Fairview, Lawrence County, Priceville, Russellville, and West Point. The good thing about this region, only a 7-team region.
Yes.
So, again.
And Priceville's new to the region.
Priceville's new. We dropped Brewer in that region, picked up Priceville. It might have been an upgrade. But if I'm not mistaken, I think whoever the 4 seed was in that region last year only won 2 region games.
I think that's right.
And there was some kind of tiebreaker, and so that team got in. More than likely, you got to win 3.
Yeah.
So you're really trying to find 3 region wins when you're looking at a schedule.
One good thing about not playing Brewer, you don't have to hear that cannon no more.
I love going to Brewer. They have a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, they do.
They have the best internet known to mankind at any stadium out in the middle of nowhere. They've got a cell tower like right beside the stadium, so we could always live stream from there very easily. They were always so polite, and it was just a beautiful place to play ball until you forgot about the cannon.
Well, when I did East video the games, they put me in that end zone with that cannon. So they provided me with hearing protection, because I was so close to them. But
we would be setting up and stuff, and you would forget about the cannon. And they're going to shoot it at the first of the game no matter what happens, and you would forget, and then next thing you know, you're like, I may need to go to the restroom because they just popped this cannon off, and I wasn't expecting.
And Decatur has one too, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that. I don't have to go to Decatur to play football, so that's one less cannon I've got to worry about. East Limestone full schedule. Side note, new coach.
Will Johnson.
Thinking new head coach. Will Johnson's been at some big time football programs.
Yeah, Hartselle, Decatur, Clements.
Was he down at Opelika?
Somewhere like that, yeah.
Yep.
He's from Danville.
Yep, and this is his first year head coaching. And so he'll be getting after it over there at East Limestone. Their schedule, they open up at Westminster Christian, then go to Hazel Green, got a bye week. Then they got a gauntlet, Russellville, Priceville, West Limestone, Lawrence County, West Point, Ardmore, Fairview, Shelby County. The pundits tune in with East Limestone with 4 wins. You going over or under on that? Under 4?
Yeah. Yeah.
So who do you think? Okay, I think Shelby County's a win.
Okay.
I think Hazel Green's a win.
Well,
I don't think Hazel Green won a game last year, did they?
Well, no. Well, I don't know.
No, I mean they're Hazel Green's 6A, right?
Yeah.
I mean they're 6A, but they didn't win a game last year.
East may win 3 games.
I got those 2 for sure. The big rivalry games are going to be big games. Ardmore, West Limestone. I think they can beat West Point. Yeah. Like Shelby County, West Point, and maybe Hazel Green for me are probably
Sounds good.
That's 3 right there. and then any of those rivalry games could go. So you going 4 or over under? You saying right at 4?
4, yeah.
So we're just going to put a not available question mark.
Under 4. Go
Under.
4.
Okay, we're going to go under. See how close you are.
And they got a senior quarterback, Jake Cochran.
Yeah.
So, but they got a lot of young guys. I think most of their O-line came back. But
yeah. Now they lost the good tailback, correct?
Yeah, he went to Athens.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier did. So.
Yep. So wonder how many they're dressing.
I don't know.
I'm trying to find out all the details. All right, moving on to Ardmore High School is the 5A opponent of East Limestone, Region 7. Same region teams that we just mentioned with East Limestone. Their schedule, well, side note again, they opened up with Tanner. We talked about that already. Jonathan Snyder is the only other returning head coach in the Limestone County School. He is going into year 4. Record at Ardmore High School, 11-20. He spent about, I think, 9 years or so as defensive coordinator up here working with Cody Gross at Athens. Done some time at Sparkman too, so he's been around some big time programs.
And I didn't know his dad coached at Lexington.
Yes, his dad was at Lexington, Muscle Shoals. I think he maybe did a little time up in Tennessee.
Okay.
I can't, maybe Loretta. I can't remember. I'd have to look that up. You can look that up. Side note about that, when I was at Elkmont High School my senior year, I just happened to get on this website that we were advertising and was looking at scores my senior year, and I think Lexington beat us 14-0, 14-2, something like that. Billy Snyder was the coach,
wow.
And they went to, I think, 3rd or 4th round that year. And I think he said, I'd have to look it up again, but I think they got beat by Hazelwood when Hazelwood was coming through with all them Goods and all of them guys.
Wow.
But yeah, Billy Snyder is still on the sideline with his son Jonathan, coaching in, I think this is about his 51st, 52nd year of coaching football and still getting after it. So let's run through the schedule for the Ardmore Tigers. Ardmore Tigers, Snyder's first year had a very similar schedule to what it looks like this year. Was really tough the last 2. In my opinion, probably a much easier slate this year than they've had the last couple of years. And they got a lot of young guys, but they're getting older. And so you're going to start to see and hear some of those names that has been kind of pushed back down on the depth chart, been playing JV and other things. They open up again with Tanner. Then they go to Clements, Priceville, Fairview, Russellville. That 3-game stretch right there in the middle off the jump is going to really probably be the tale of the tape for the season. Priceville, Fairview, Russellville. If you can get 1 or 2 of those, you're sitting pretty. Then they got Madison County, a bye week, then Lawrence County, East Limestone, West Point, and Elkmont. I think with the most projected wins yet
6
of a team in that we've talked about, got them at 6 wins.
That sounds about right.
You like it?
Yeah.
How
is Fairview? Because
Fairview, the AP poll, the state does an AP poll.
Yeah.
The AP poll has Fairview at like number 9. But I know they lost some pretty good ball players, and we played pretty well against them last year at Fairview. We were still in that game in the 3rd quarter, got away from us in the 4th quarter. But we got them at home. I think that may be a winnable game. Priceville's going to be up in the air. They got a new coach. Don't know what kind of offense and stuff. That again, if you can get at minimum 1 of those 3 games, you're sitting pretty good. If you get 2 of them, you're in the driver's seat.
You are.
I'm going to take over.
Okay.
I know it's odd. I'm pretty biased, but I'm going to take over on the Ardmore Tigers, and you are taking the.
I'll take the over.
Oh,
make the playoffs.
Vassar's taking the over on the Ardmore Tigers as well. That would mean 7 wins at minimum. Coach Snyder's first year, they went 7-3, and you're correct, made the playoffs. So moving on, last team is the Athens High School Golden Eagles. You know anything about them, Jay?
They well, I know that 48's doing like a Hard Knocks with them all year.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Starts the 22nd. It's going to be on their app.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you have the 48 Sports Zone app or the actual 48 app, you can watch it on there.
Man, that's awesome.
But I talked to Brian last night at church. And he said, yeah, they're following them during practice, at games, filming everything. Gonna do like a Hard Knocks deal.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I'd like to check that out. Obviously, their head coach returning for year number 9 at Athens High School is Cody Gross. He has a record at Athens of 48-38. They'll be opening up with May Jemison here in this Friday. I'm sorry. Pundits got them at 8 wins. Jay, 8. Are you ready for the schedule? May Jemison, Buckhorn, Coleman, Jasper, Hazel Green, Muscle Shoals, Hartselle, Columbia, Decatur, Russellville. The only 2 losses I possibly see on the schedule would possibly be Muscle Shoals and Hartselle. What do you think?
Well, I know Hartselle's got their quarterback coming back, but they've lost some.
Yeah.
I'm going with 9 wins.
You're going over.
Yeah, I'm going with
at
9.
8 wins. Jay Vassar.
Because last year at Hartselle it was close.
Yeah, sure was. Jay Vassar now, and Brogan's returning. He's a senior, correct?
Brogan.
Senior quarterback.
Spencer Dolan.
Yep.
Dolan.
Yep.
Winning with Xavier too from East, and so
yeah, he's added a couple dogs. So pundits say 8 wins. Jay Vassar's going with the over. I think 8's pretty close. Again, I think you're right on that Hartselle game. It could go either way. What about Muscle Shows? You know, out on that.
You know how they.
It's
know how
at
they
Muscle Shows.
You know how they recruit them.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that, Jay.
Oh, you know
they wouldn't.
Hey,
do that,
and
Jay.
speaking of Jasper, a local guy's their head coach now, David
Who's
Reeves.
At Jasper?
Yes.
Huh.
And Tyrone Prothro's on that staff.
At Jasper?
Yes.
Huh. Well, I did not know that. Well, that's pretty cool. I know Jasper's lady sports was racking up last year. Yes. I think they won the state championship, and they were 5A. So I guess now they're 6A because they're in the same. We forgot to mention Athens region. Let me see if Athens, Columbia, Coleman, Decatur, Hartselle, Jasper, Muscle Shoals. I think it's pretty easy run for Athens to get to the playoffs. Yeah. That's only a 7-team region, so again, you got to win less games.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty easy for them to get there. But anyway, Jasper last year was I'm pretty sure they won 5A girls basketball and softball.
I think so.
But they've bumped up to 6A apparently. And lastly, Lindsay Lane Christian Academy has been trying to get a football program off the ground for a couple years. They were scheduled to, I think, start playing legit varsity football last year.
Yeah. But
he just didn't have the bodies to do it. I think he only had maybe 15, 17. That's hard to do in 2A football.
Yeah.
Maybe 1A. But they had made the cut by like 1 player, and so got bumped up to 2A. And so to play 2A football with 17 kids is tough. And so they've just been playing JV. We looked all over the web, reached out to a couple other people. Couldn't find a schedule. I do know they're going to be playing some local teams. I think they open up at West on maybe the 26th. I think that'll be a Monday or Tuesday. They got a game at Ardmore, I know. I think they play at Ardmore too, and they'll play some other local teams. So Jeremy Williams is coach there. Brody played some kind of rec football for him years ago. Great guy, great coach. Been trying to get that rolling for quite a while. He's got a couple dudes over there, man. If he could get some bodies.
Now Lincoln plays, right?
Yes, I think last year Lincoln was the start. Lincoln Conn was the starting quarterback, I believe, and maybe got hurt or something and
missed his knee up. I think,
right? Maybe missed the last game or two. But I think they were doing pretty well last year, maybe 3-3, something like that. Yeah. Not for sure. I can't find that information obviously on this website. They're only playing JV, but best of luck to those guys as well. If anybody's got any information on the Lindsay Lane Christian Academy Lions and can get us a schedule and some more information on them, we would love to share that. And Jay, we got all of these teams in about 30 minutes, which is what we were shooting for. We don't want to have, long hour, 45-minute shows or podcasts or whatever. Usually, you know, when people's driving in and out of work, it's 30 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that, or something you can listen to while you're just getting ready to go to work or taking a break or taking a lunch break. A couple of things I did want to hit before we get out of here. The website that we pull information from has some projections. And so just according to them, we'll start at the top with 6A Athens. Just of note, in their top 10, they do have Saraland 1. That's a pretty good football program there.
Yeah, it is.
They do have Muscle Shoals at 6 and Hartselle at 7. That's top 10 in the state. They also have Gulf Shores at number 8, which was undefeated and won 5A last year. They now bumped up to 6A. And in their region, the website, ahsfhs.org, if you can remember all of that, does have projections for the region. They have Muscle Shoals 1, Hartselle 2, Athens 3, Coleman number 4. What do you think about that, Jay?
That sounds about right.
5A, local teams you would know, they've got Gunnersville at 3. They got Russellville coming in at 6. See, they don't even have Fairview in their projected opening top 10, but Fairview will be a good football team.
And former coach at Russellville is now at Decatur, John
Yes,
Ritter.
that is correct. Region that East and Ardmore is in, they have projected winner Russellville, which has won about $1 billion in a row.
Yeah.
And they got Fairview 2, Lawrence County 3, Priceville 4. Lawrence County turned it up last year. I don't know if you've seen them play.
I didn't.
Lawrence County, the first 2 or 3 years I've seen them, was a pretty average football team. Last year, I don't know if they went and recruited some guys or some guys just blew up or got bigger. They had an offensive line on one side, probably left tackle, left guard. Both of them dudes had to be 6'7", 330, and they would just hand the ball off behind them two dudes, and it wasn't nothing. And they were playing with Russellville. I went back and looked at some scores. I think that was at halftime only maybe about a 2-score game.
Now, could they have gotten some of those kids since Cortland closed?
It's possible. Maybe. No, they seem to have upgraded from 2 years ago to last year, and obviously everybody on this website thinks they'll have a good team too, having them at 3 and Priceville at number 4. Moving down to 4A, let's see, they've got Madison Academy at number 8. Madison Academy moved up from 3A. They were playing 3A football last year, right? Now they were 14-1, so I guess they went to the final.
Yeah.
Did they win it?
I don't think so, did they?
I'm not sure. Well, I mean, the record's 14-1, so that means they played 15. If you play 15, you're in the championship game.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they won or not. Now, obviously, if they were undefeated when they got there, they lost it because they got one loss.
But what kills me is they're 5A or 4A football, and they're about 5A basketball.
And they're 5A in baseball.
Yeah.
They're in Ardmore in East Limestone's region in baseball.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
They got Madison Academy at 8 and West Morgan coming in at number 10. West Morgan was played 13 games last year, so they were in the quarterfinal and played a close game. Could have easily got to the semifinal, but they got them coming in at number 10. And in that 4A region, that includes Region 7 with West Limestone, they got Brooks winning it, West Morgan 2, Deschler 3, Central Florence in the 4 position. And we'll knock out these other last couple and get out of here. Let's see. Class 3A. Guess who is atop their poll in Class 3A?
I don't know.
Fife.
Oh, yes.
Fife won it in 2A last year, and they've been winning them for the last decade.
The Red Devils.
They have moved up from 2A to 3A, and they still got them number 1 team in the state in 3A. Let's see, move on down here to the regions that are local. Projection, if I can find it here. Here we go. Region 7, that's the same region with Clements and Elkmont. Number 1, Mars Hill. Lauderdale County runner-up. Lauderdale County made a run last year.
Yeah, they did.
Colbert County 3 and Rogers 4. and that's 3A, Region 7. And then lastly, the Tanner Rattlers in 2A. See, they got Reeltown 1. Only other team, there is one team in the region with Tanner, Decatur Heritage. They've got them coming in at number 10. And then in the region, Region 8, Decatur Heritage winning the region. Tanner runner-up, and then Lexington and Red Bay. And that wraps up your projections from the AHSFHS.org, the Alabama High School Football Historical Society. Tons of information there. Go there, check it out. Lots of stuff to ponder through. Jay, what about it on our first episode video? We don't know what we're going to be broadcasting this on, distributing it on. I mean, we may just put it on those old iPods and hand out iPods to people, or put it on. We'll put it on CDs and just hand them out of our trunks in the Walmart parking lot.
Or we could test it out and run it during, before church starts.
Yeah. Well, we could do that, but I may not have a job.
There you go. But I've enjoyed. Great idea by you. I mean, this will be fun. I think people will listen and watch.
Yeah. Me and Jay was talking about it earlier. We're like, hey, so what are we trying to do with this? We're not trying to make money or get a bunch of views. We were talking about we'll probably get tens of listens. And we just like talking local sports, local football. I know there's a lot of people out there who enjoy that as well. And so we think you'd like to listen to it. If you do, share, click. If we do start posting it, subscribe to those things, click the like buttons.
Yeah.
We did think about starting a Limestone County Sports Facebook page, and people could post their scores during games and be one-stop shop where people could go and find those scores and other things. And then hopefully we can continue to do this. This is going to be based on our other time restraints. Jay has a full-time job.
Yeah.
I have a full-time job. We both have full-time kids, and our full-time kids are doing all kinds of stuff all the time. And the most important thing, we also go to church a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And so if we can get it in, we'll get it in. I would like to do this every week, and maybe, again, post it on a Thursday or Friday. You can listen or watch on your drive in or drive to work. And just reach out to us and share some high school sports info with us if you want to. Hope you are entertained, and if you're not, you can find something else to listen to. There's tons of stuff to listen to.
You mind if I plug the show again?
No, go ahead.
Just like I said, every Saturday morning from 10 to 12 on WKAC, 1080 AM, we do Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're at the Applebee's restaurant. Sometimes we do live remotes when they do like car shows, stuff like that. So we have all our local coaches on. It depends, and it's season wide: football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, cross country, all that. Then we'll have a major special guest on, and we'll talk to them. But y'all check us out. We have an app it's on Android and the iOS app store. PAS Plus app, Play Action Sports. That's where we do our basketball, football games, even some baseball when we get a chance. So check us out. Check me and Greg out too when Greg posts this. This is fun. I look forward to do it again.
Yep. Check it out. Good luck to all the Limestone County schools kicking off football this week. Hopefully we'll be back next week and get you updated on some of those scores and records moving forward. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. God bless.